Hi there, I'm an old guy and I do maths. And today we're going to look at something that you're very unlikely to be taught in a basic financial maths course. And this is what's called the rule of 72, the rule of 70 seconds. It's got a number of names. And what you can use it to do, primarily, it's not its only use, is to work out how long it will take for money invested at a certain rate compounding to double. So let's put that as a practical question. We've got $100 and it's invested at 10% per annum, and that is compounding. If you don't know what compounding is, it's probably a good idea to step back from this video and have a look at another one in the playlist that deals with what compounding is. Anyway, we have this, $100, 10% per annum compounding. It's compounding annually, so once a year. And how long is it going to take for that money to double? Now, $100 at 10%, how long will it take for it to double? Well, the immediate number that springs to mind is 10 years. But this is compounding, and compounding is not the same as simple interest. So if you had this invested for 10 years at 10% per annum and you were taking your 10% out every year, indeed in 10 years' time you would have $100, this $100, and you would hopefully, if you haven't spent it, have $100 in accumulated interest. That is not how compounding works. Okay, so how long for it to double? Well, the answer is a little bit over 7 years, I think. And how do I work that out? I take this number and divide it into this number. And it gives me an approximation. It's not exact, but it's an approximation, which is really, really useful when it comes to dealing with finance problems, because it's very easy, especially if you have fingers like mine, it's very easy to push the wrong button on one of these. And if you have a rough idea of the number that you're going for, then there are fewer mistakes. So what I've got here is I've got a compound interest formula, and I'm going to put in the number 7 here and the rate of 10% here. So how the compound interest rate formula works is this will be the money that we have at the end of the process. P is the principal, that is 100. 1 plus the rate, which is 10 over 100. And N is the number of years, or the number of times that the money will compound. Here it is 7. So, if we tidy this up, this is 100 times 1.1 to the power of 7. If I was right about this number and this number giving us an answer of a little bit over 7, we should be very close to getting double our money with this formula. Right, so let's try it. So it is 100 times 1.1 to the power of 7. Let's just do that. There we are, $194.87. 194.87. Now, I said it would be a little bit over 7 years for this money to double, and that's based on this rough approximation. So if I went 7.1, which I'll just try. We'll see what we get. You can see that as this number gets a little bit bigger, we're creeping up towards 200, and we probably get there at around 7.3 or something like that. How many times does 10 go into 72? That's the interesting one. It should be pretty straightforward, 7.2. So let's try that. 100 times 1.1 to the power of 7.2, and let's see what we get. We're getting really close. And for an approximation, that is not bad. Okay, so that is the rule of 72 in action. What you do is you divide your interest rate into that number, and it will tell you how many years or how many compounding periods it will take for your original sum to double. Thanks very much for watching. See you next time.